Okay, here's part two of the North American Union. But if you guys have to understand, go to the other one. It's not called part one. It's just called the North American Union. Go find it on YouTube. It's called the North American Union. So this is part two. I might have to make another one because I want you guys to get this. Okay, right here. In effect, the government of Canada appears to be governed, which means controlled. Appears to be governed not from a sovereign parliament in Ottawa, but run through a New York City-based political friendly, I don't know this word, which seeks to replace a democratic form of government with the rule of society by a council of wise men, the artitracts of such a fatistic, I forget how to spell that word, faticism or whatever, government look upon their vision of society to be much more infants in dealing with the need of enemies. This is a bunch of bull, okay? This has nothing to do with that. This has to do with power and control. Enemies, i.e. terrorists. A terrorist is broadly defined by the Articles of the North American Union. We're terrorists if we're talking about a North American Union. And yet it was live on CNN. Stephen Harper talked about, yes, we're bringing in a North American Union. And now we're terrorists if we're talking about it, just like before they said the Bilderbergs never existed. Like there was a former media that worked in the media, his name is Jim Tucker. They told him the Bilderbergs didn't exist, and yet they forced them to go after it. And these people are discussing policies in secret meetings. They're planning the future of the world. Anyways, let's continue. We're terrorists now. We're talking about a world government, and yet they're talking about there's a new world coming into view. Gordon Brown says, yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new world order emerging. We're nothing short than a global constitution, and I can go on and on and on. And it's in the documents, man. The New World Order, the United Nations. People need to wake up and do their research. This is what's going on. They're throwing your sovereignty out the window. Okay, where was I? Yeah, terrorists. A terrorist is broadly defined by the Articles of the North American Union as any individual or group which opposes the New World Order agenda. Like I said, the New World Order agenda. Okay, the CFR website also openly endorses the current party of Canada under Stephen Harper, allowing to his government having Allegiant Media to transform Canada into a U.S. company by implanting the recommenders of the CFR book, Building a North American Community. Like, there is therefore clearly a working association between the Harper government and the CFR to implant and excuse the NATO agenda of the book, elite building a North American community, rather Canadians like it or not. They're saying it blunt in our face, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I'm just excited. This is happening, man. People saying, oh, you're crazy. This is never going to happen. Yeah, it's coming, ladies. There's coming a cashless society. They're going to force global ID cards on everybody, and you're not going to be able to buy or sell or get a job without this global ID card. They're going into biometrics, you name it. You're going to have to thumb scan to travel. Very soon you're going to have to thumb scan to go on the net and everything. Like, I can go on. Okay, John Manley, former Liberal Prime Minister of Canada, who was part of a Liberal Blug Parliament Alliance on the SPPNA, also endorses the replacement of the Canadian-U.S. border. Wow. Replacement of the Canadian-U.S. border with a new international border around Canada, the U.S., and also Mexico. Look at that. To make North America more and secure, it's always about security. Remember, we have to watch the terrorists. We're in a never-ending war with terrorists. They're the terrorists. Okay, to make North America more complete and secure, the three leaders should announce a plan to establish a North American security and economic community by 2010. The aim of this community would be to guarantee a free, safe... This is a joke, man. It's all about control. Okay, wait. I want to read this to you guys. Okay, to make, where was it? Yeah, to make a North American more and secure, the three leaders should announce a plan to establish a North American security and economic community by 2010. That didn't happen yet, because there's certain things that they still have to do. By 2010, the aim of this community would be to greeting a free, safe, just, and prosperity. Yeah, right. Prosperity North America. The borders of the community would be identified by a common action traf and an outer security perimeter, wow, within which the movement of people and products would be local, ordering, and secure. John Minley on 23rd of March 2005 in the Wall Street Journal, in the aftermath of his Liberal government support of SPPNA, Canadians who seek to save their country must therefore seek to cancel NAFTA as the local base for the greed, drive, and fear pursuit of the destruction of Canada under the pretext of the war of terrorism. This is a bunch of bull, ladies and gentlemen. This is a bunch of bull. This is why they're creating surveillance cameras. And I want to say this, too. I went out to Petro-Canada, because I'm telling everybody, okay? I asked this guy, have you done any research on the New World Order? He's like, no, I lost hope in it. Because I told him the Federal Reserve and the United Nations, they're there for what? They're bank robbing the United Nations by design. They're bank robbing the United Nations, so they're bank robbing the United States, okay? The Federal Reserve is a private entity. It's bank robbing the United States of America as we know it by design. They're bringing America down, and we see that they're working here in Ontario, Canada, everywhere. They're working worldwide. They have globalists throughout the whole world. They're working on the whole world right now. They'll bring it all down. They're going to crash all the economies. But this is what he told me. Because someone told me before that there's 10 cameras there. He said, there's not 10 cameras. There's 15. Imagine, 15 cameras out of Petro-Canada? You would think that 2 or 3 is enough. You know, oh, this is to check on stuff. Yeah, okay. I was like, to me it sounds like Big Brother. And then he walked in and he started laughing. So I went in, I got a coffee and everything, we were talking. I said, where's the cameras? I don't see 15. He's like, they're hidden. Oh, secrecy now, eh? Very funny, secrecy. He said, it's right below the door, you can't see it. And then I asked him, do they track our face? He said, yeah. This guy's young, he's being honest, so it's good. He's telling me information. He has no clue I am. I've been doing research on this for years. Well, not for years, but months. So, he said, yeah, it tracks your face. So we went inside. We were talking, like, yeah, could you hear us with these cameras? Just to see what he would say. He's like, yeah, the sad thing is, though, yeah, we can. I'm like, really? You can hear us? So right now they're hearing us talking about a New World Order. They're going to think you're crazy. This is totally unconstitutional, ladies and gentlemen. They're hearing us. They're listening to us. This is out of Petro-Canada. You need 15 cameras for a gas station. There's something wrong with you. And at the street lights, too, there's a camera. We need to watch the traffic. It's surveillance. They're taking over, ladies and gentlemen. So where was I? Yeah, the borders. Then to make a North American community, 2000 safe, just, and prosper North America, the borders of the community will be defiled by a common action, traffic, and order. Oh yeah, we read this. Okay, yeah. Canada, Liberal government supports SPPNA. Okay. Canadians who seek to save their... Yeah, we read that, right? Yeah, the NAFTA. As the local basis for the greed-driven and fear of the destruction of Canada under the pretext of war... oh yeah, about terrorists. Yeah, that's right. The war of terrorism. Remember, we're all fighting terrorists. They say we're terrorists now. People that believe in the Constitution, people that believe in the love of their country, the freedom of their own country, people that are against abortion because they're anti-government, people that believe in end-time prophecy, people that are Christians, we're all terrorists. We're all terrorists now. This is the New World Order agenda. That's why they're bringing homosexuality. They're changing the laws, put it that way. They're going to legalize sick things that you never imagined that you would see. This world is not going to be the same within the upcoming years, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to make another video, maybe 3, 5, I don't know. I'm going to see. Because I want to read this to you. Because I don't have time. There's only 5 minutes left. about Canada to seek and save the country. They're not going to be able to save the country, okay? Because this is Bible prophecy. It's going to happen. Just to stop and think, this is just surreal. Just to stop and think that this is actually happening, you know? And people, they don't think about it. They don't want, the reason why people do not want to believe it, because they don't want to believe there's actually people out there that are doing this. But the truth is, it's happening. That's why John F. Kennedy was killed. He was calling for the end of the Federal Reserve, the private bank, and everything, and they killed him. People that step in their way from their agenda, they're going to see to it that they're killed. Okay? They're going to kill them. It's like Obama. Anybody that stands in his way ends up dead. He's a dictator, man. Like a guy that was going on a show to expose him. A couple days later, the guy fell down. He had a heart attack. He had heart problems, but he didn't have heart problems. They put poison in his food, or they use a special thing. Because there's a death ray, okay? There's this thing that they can point at you. It's called a death ray. It can make your lungs collapse, or it can make you have a heart attack. Imagine this kind of weapons that the New World Order has. They have all kinds of weapons now. They even have a sound rifle. They don't even have to kill you. Like, say something, that they point the sound rifle at you, they pull the trigger, I don't know, it does something to your vein pattern or something to you, and you just collapse. You just fall. Total control, ladies and gentlemen. And they have the black helicopters, the FEMA helicopters, the black helicopter, the total military, and the police are going to be working with one another in this New World Order. The police and the military. And they're not going to be serving the people. They're going to be serving the New World Order. These people are actually slaves. The police, the army are slaves to this New World Order. A governing body under a one-world dictator, one-world government, ladies and gentlemen. And this was prophesied over 3,000 years ago, okay? In the book of Revelation, the book of Daniel, and it's happening right now. So, I want to read this to you because it's just crazy. There's no such thing as terrorists. Yeah, there's such thing as terrorists, like in Iran, they want to wipe Israel off the map. Yes, those are terrorists. But saying that 9/11 was a terrorist attack, no, it wasn't. Bush owns a military strategy. He owns a military. Okay? He planned it all. It was all laid out. And so on. There's so much evidence that 9/11 was an inside job. Okay? Anyways. I just want to talk about this. It's all about the New World Order. We're fighting the New World Order, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can mock it, laugh at it. You're going to see it happen. That's what the greatest hypnotist in the world is television. People watch it. They get their brains washed. Brainwashing them. They're feeding them lies and they're believing it. They're believing everything. The media is controlled by the Bilderbergs. They are told what to say. It's all scripted. If they say anything on live television, they're going to be killed within a half an hour after they make that speech. This is for real, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not joking around. So, this is what's going on. So, Canada is governed by the CFR. You see that? There's lots of whistleblowers out there that are coming out because they can't keep it in. It's consuming them inside. They have to let it out. They have to let it out. And plus, Henry Kissinger, listen to this. He's the Secretary of State. He's so blunt about it. He said, yeah, we want a world order. Same thing with David Rockefeller. It's all in their memoirs and their documents and their statements and their speeches. He said, a North American Union is an amazing creation towards a world government. And then David Rockefeller says that what's it called? The North American Union is to create a new world for the Northern Hemisphere. It's Canada, everywhere. They're uniting everything. Because right now, they have an African Union, they have an Asian Union, they have a European Union, now they want a North American Union. They're erasing all borders. We're all going to be one world government. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, so be ready. For us that are in Christ, just be ready, because Jesus is coming very soon. But whoever's listening to this, if you feel God dealing with your heart, may you get right with Him. Okay? Get right with God. If you feel God dealing with your heart, you feel His love, you feel conviction of sin, repent of your sin and place your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. Because the rapture is going to take place. Because all this stuff is going to happen after the rapture of the church has taken place. The one world leader is going to rule the whole world, you name it. So I'm making another video because I got to let you guys be aware of this. It's coming. Okay? Everything is set. So this is all I got to say, and God bless you all. There's another one coming up.